Well, it's that time of year again. And there's always a story to tell every Halloween night. This year is no exception. So, sit back, grab your snacks, and cower in your sleeping bag, for I guarantee this story is going to send chills through every single fiber of your soon-to-be lifeless carcass. I hope you enjoy while you still can.
Set in Lake Luzerne, New York, on a clear Friday night on November 13th, 1992. 12 individuals have been called in by the coroner's office via invitation to a special gathering at the Van Buren estate, where the secret briefing will be held at precisely 6 p.m. in the dining hall. No other information was given to the guests other than a bizarre message. The guests, however, arrived and gathered at the dining hall table. The story is as follows.
I'm sure you all have taken the time in your busy schedules to arrive here tonight. I'd like to welcome you all to Longfellow Manor here in beautiful upstate New York. I'm afraid I have some grave news to share with you all. Lady Agatha has officially passed on to the other side of the plane of existence. Since there just so happens to be a lack of remaining relatives to the Van Buren dynasty, she hereby states in her will that her heir shall be one of you. Now I'm sure this all sounds exciting, but of course it's no secret that she always did praise the fine quality of effort you all had put into your work. But the question is, who's tonight's lucky lottery winner? That's the fun in it. Lady Agatha always did have a great sense of humor to her name. For there is no simple answer, but instead a contest to decide our lucky millionaire.
Well, don't just keep us on the edge of our seats. Explain yourself.
All right, everyone. Just settle down and I'll give the rundown. Lady Agatha's contest is simple enough. If you wish to inherit her fortune, then you all must spend the entire night here in Longfellow Manor, with nothing but the clothes on your backs, and whatever inventory is left waiting with your name on it in your respective rooms.
That's all? I can do that, my eyes blindfolded, my arms tied right behind my back.
There's just one catch.
Name it, Yankee.
This here manor is haunted and a ghost of its former self.
You just had to open that big fat mouth of yours, had you?
Punk.
Ow! How was I supposed to know he would say that?
Well, maybe if you had actually looked around outside and get that weird vibe that something isn't right about this old mansion. For crying out loud, old chap, this dining hall alone is covered in dust and cobwebs. Not to mention these cracks in the floor tiles that make this really awful squeaking sound.
That's quite enough ruckus for one night, everyone. Now you have until 800 hours to complete this contest. You have 2 hours to decide if you're going to actually participate in tonight's event, starting now. If you wish to leave, then do see me before the 2 hours expire, for that's when I'll be exiting the property and locking up all doors and windows on my way out. At that point, there is no escape from this house on Haunted Hill.
Alright, now you're just trying to make this sound like a cheap horror movie. In case you've forgotten, this is the early 1990s and not the late 1950s. Everybody and their grandmother knows that there's no such thing as ghosts.
Care to run that by again?
No, I'm not worried. That was just a hunk of baloney.
Now, I had my profession for 15 years, and that's the first time I ever saw a disembodied, flying skull screaming its jaw off.
Now that's an experience I'll never forget.
Well, since we're all here, let's just pretend we didn't see that and gather round the dinner table for some icebreakers.
I'm not typically a fan of ice, but it's better than believing in such rubbish.
You do realize he didn't literally mean getting ice picks from the utility closet and start hacking away at ice for arts and crafts, you moron.
Now, I'll watch that tongue before I start shouting insults if I were you.
Enough with this constant ego-stroking, ladies. Let's just calmly sit our asses down at the dinner table and break the ice.
Does it look like this mansion is full of ladies to you?
Shut up already, gosh damn it! I hope the rest of this night doesn't contain this kind of stupidity.
Everyone then gets their shit together and slowly sits around the table, breaking their metaphorically constructed blocks of ice in a rectangle formation.
Hello all, my name is Clay. I'm a tall 35-year-old white guy with blonde hair, and my profession is, or was, Lady Agatha the Status Coach. I intend on using the money to pay off some old debts to the Humane Society and save for retirement.
Hi, I'm Pamela Parker. I'm an average height 34-year-old Japanese woman with medium-length black hair. And I used to work as Agatha's chauffeur. My dream is to be a race car driver in the Indianapolis 500.
The name is Beauregard, Charles Beauregard, the third. I'm a wealthy 69-year-old bachelor that's tall, white, wrinkled, intimidating, in a business suit with grey hair. Believe it or not, I was Agatha's boyfriend, but we've only been dating ever since her husband died 3 years ago. I just want the money to rub it through my fingers and build my skyscraper empire once I win on Celebrity Apprentice.
My name is Clara. I'm a 32-year-old black woman with braided black hair and that average height. I served as Agatha's personal doctor, and it was I who discovered her dead that dark night. I want to use the money to establish my own medical practice. For helping those in need, it's always been my life's work.
I go by Stephen. I'm a 51-year-old white man with grey hair, which is part balding for the record. I wear a tux and I'm also a very tall man. I'm the butler of this here manor, and I have served the Van Burens for a quarter century. My goal for the fortune is to leave this here manor with all the loot in my retirement fund so I can go on vacation to Puerto Rico, San Martin, and the ABC Islands to soar in the summer blowout and enjoy the seasonal fallout experience and, of course, hire butlers of my own.
Wow, that's quite the dream there. I thought you always wanted to be a detective, Steve. Now, a typical casual interview would be right on the money. Diana's the name, by the way. Don't wear it out. I'm currently a 23-year-old average height redhead with piercing blue eyes and a large grin. I was employed by Lady Agatha only 3 years ago as her housemaid, and just thinking about her makes me feel queasy. I plan on using the money to enter the fashion modeling business and be covered in jewelry.
Well, good luck with that. For the next thing you know is you'll eventually be doing the catwalk on the runway and get nominated for the Unbearable Awards. There's a fella by the name of Old Hickory, and that's me. I'm a 77-year-old man with the short complexion, bald head of hair, wrinkles all over, and I'm as stubborn as an ox superglued to an oak tree. I served as Lady Agatha's right-hand gardener/ranchero, and when I heard of her passing, it hit me like it was raining bricks. My wish for the fortune is to spend it towards the development of my own amusement park to rival that cheap city folk Universal Studios. And it's gonna center on killer plants.
Now that gives me an idea for your first attraction. Call it Operation Survivor. Has a nice ring to it. Maybe you should have it set at least 30 years into the future and throw in some killer androids and specters while you're at it. So, anyway, I totally fabulously forgot to introduce myself. My friends call me Sabrina the Teenage Bitch. I'm 19 years old with long red hair, long eyelashes, tan skin, kinda short with long fingernails, wear boy band t-shirts and chew lots of bubblegum. I was hired as her personal hairstylist only a year ago, after her last hairstylist quit over some dispute back in October of '91. I want the fortune in order to help finance my way into and out of college, so I can open my own personal hair salon in Hollywood.
Maybe you should open your saloon doors to animals as well, for those Eltharim bears are as dirty as Tatooine mud pies. Back to the matter at hand, my name is Pierre. I am a large 40-year-old fat guy with white skin, very tall black head and facial hair, blue eyes, and super obnoxious. I was Lady Agatha's head chef in a private, state-of-the-art kitchen, and I have been working here for the last half-decade. It made my heart sob like I was surrounded by an army of onions when I heard that she never got to have one last meal, and I was saving it for this Thanksgiving. When I get the fortune, for I know the winner will be me, is to kickstart my own television program called Cooking for Profit.
Kinda like in the Heartless Winter and Soulless Summer sagas. So it all comes down to me. My name is Helgard. Drake Helgard. I'm a 38-year-old TV reporter with a long trench coat, black boots, and top hat. I got gelled back black hair and a stern demeanour to my face. I was a personal friend of Lady Agatha's husband, for he served in the Corps with my father back in the Vietnam War. If I win that fortune by happenstance, then I intend on building a theatre for independent performers just like the ones here, and donating the leftover money to the Fisher House Foundation.
Now I thought you were going to break the ice, not the fourth wall. I'm going to need to hire a carpenter once you're all out of here.
Might as well hire an architect while you're at it. The party animals are going to start singing Let's Go Crazy and Party Like It's 1999. Alright, now that we've finally introduced ourselves, we better start with dinner. Oh, Pierre? What's on tonight's menu?
Why, it is none other than a 30-pounder roast beef dripped in honey barbecue sauce, with a great serving of sweet potatoes and corn on the cob as sides. As for dessert, I call it the banana gaming surprise.
Then what are we doing just waiting around here? Bring us that scrumptious grub, or else there will be hell to pay. Times the 105th power of my fist of fury.
All of a sudden, a loud moaning sound can be heard echoing off the wooden walls.
Oh, jeepers creepers! What on earth of paradise was that?
Oh, quite your fussing. There's absolutely nothing to...
Then the painting of Lady Agatha starts morphing into...
what
what the heck is going on around here?
Who appears in the portrait? Who lives and who dies? You decide.